Thank you so much for coming here today, attending this session online as well as offline. We have some people come here offline, and those who couldn't come, they are come here online. So basically, this session is for the people who want to make an entry in the field. Yes, they want to make an entry in the field of data. They want to make a career in the field of data, but they have graduated from some other stream and they have pursued their studies in some other stream, and now they have kind of a in the back of their minds that is this the line which will be good for us? Will it be progressive for us? So this has always been the end of year of IV professional, that we call people who have established themselves in the field of data by doing, learning data. So these are our alumni, and they did a certification course from Ivy, and they pursued their career in the field of data. They were well. I mean, they have established well in the field, in their respective fields. So today we have one person, Mr. Amit Pandey, whom we requested to come, and he's today obliged to come here. He's going to talk with you guys as well as the people who have come here. He's basically done his MSc, BSc in Maths, and from Raipur, MSc in Data Science from Noida. This MSc was in joint collaboration with Ivy Professional, and then he did. He started his career in the field of data. He joined the EdTech where he was into, NLP and data, deep and data science related work. Then he joined a company named Groupin, where he was in marketing analyst. And finally, now he is into a company named IvyProSchool, where he is working as a data scientist and using all the data tools, which we also at Ivy, teach these tools. So the thing is that we want you people to ask questions, and you can ask how it will be good. This also we want offline students to ask, and everybody can make the best of this by understanding if this field is really good for you, how you can embark your journey in this industry, and things related to that. Okay, so we start with this. Please, you can take over, and we need it to be an interactive session actually. So let us make it as much interactive as much as possible. We request everybody here also to ask as many questions possible. So we have 1 hour with us, so let's start.
Thanks, Monica. Thanks for having me. Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm clearly audible. Yes, as New Year, after my master's in data science in 2020 and then into edtech, marketing analytics. Uh, then current it's more into deep advanced analytics skills using and then solving business client business problems. So current role is quite it's more around solving business problems, solving market science based business problems using data science scale. So it's all I would say based on my experience so far. Uh, I have seen colleagues, my friends who have been into a different domain, not just a programmer, that computer science BTech or even statistics, maths background only. People from physics honors, people from BCom, MCom, they did well while doing their course and ended up converting some great organizations like HSBC, UPenn. So one of my friends who had done just BSc physics, and because of his perseverance, his passion, dedications, grow himself, he was able to uh, come into data science domain. So he started from just MI section. Now he's one of the key data scientist member in our team. He had so how did come over his background only because of the kind of hard work that this domain requires. So it doesn't matter what stream you are coming from. It's all about discipline and motivation that you want to grow while going through the academic course that is provided by IVY, whether the tool that you learn or whether you theory that you get from the industry experience faculty member, whether the career guidance that you get from the IVY itself, all these three amalgamate into what you need to get into crack data science job. So yeah, this is the current scenario that I wanted to share with you guys. Feel free to ask if you have any questions pending to the chat group or open your camera or mic and speak. And I'm happy to share my experience based on.
Okay. You want to introduce? Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Shrimit Chaudhary. So I'll try to make this conversation will be much more interactive, and I will be asking some of the question what you have curated from my end as well as from the IV's end. So if I describe and give a intro from myself, so currently I'm working with Group M as well as I'm a current student with IV. So I'm currently pursuing a data analytics course from IV. So now thing is that being a current student, I would jot down few questions what I have in my mind or like before joining to the IV as a taking a course from the IV. So first of all, I would like to thanks Amit to join over this session for a conversation and make it much more valuable session for each and everyone who are there in the call. So, Amit, I'd like to first ask you this type of a very basic question. I'd like to start off with that. Like, how a data analyst role or a data analyst journey look like if you start from a fresher perspective? Like, how they can start from a data analyst if they are not pursuing any kind of data, they don't have any knowledge of a data or something like that. How can they start learning data analyst or can get a hands-on experience or exposure of data if you start from this like for a very scratch level, if you can guide everyone on that basis.
Sure. So it's all about building your base. So get into entry level data analyst job. It's more heavy toward tool knowledge. How are you good at use case of the tools, whether it's an Excel or even SQL or Python. These three are the major tools that I think one should be good at to crack these data analyst or analyst job. So within data analyst, there are different term that is being used, but the skill set that requires to crack these jobs are quite similar, whether it's an analyst or data analyst or business analyst. All these roles somehow requires a similar set of skill set. Definitely, it's a domain specific data analyst, so they will expect certain domain specific knowledge. Let's say the marketing and based data analyst or fintech based data analyst or HR based data analyst. So people expect certain knowledge to that domain, but if you are freshers, if you are going to enter as a fresher, they don't uh, desire such domain expertise, but what they look for is the tool that you are going to use while doing the job. So it's good be better at or be based at SQL, be better at the advanced Excels, and if you could explore Python, that could be add-on. There will be highly likely that you will be easily converted into such roles. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, if you just told couple of keywords, if I go about that, like HR based, like if you just they took some of the domain specific data analytical skill that being required, like say HR based or some kind of finance based. If you can be a bit elaborate, like how this kind of a data analytics course will be much more beneficial for irrespective of the domain. If you let's say if someone is coming and looking for a data analytics course and he or she has a background of HR, so let's say how they can use these data analytical skills set to improve their day-to-day work life as well as they have a whole new domain that is data analysis still open for them to explore. So if you can just relate this kind of a domain and with the data analytics or the data, how they are so much correlated and important for each and every domain.
Yeah.
Over to you.
So yeah, I mean, you should one should focus on the tool itself, not focusing on certain domain, because this is the tool
Correct.
that gives you if you are good at the tool, it will give you bit to apply for whether it's a HR company or it's a marketing company or it's a finance company. It's a patient focused job. So if you are good at tools, if you are qualifying what the company requires in terms of the tool knowledge, you will be open to apply all these bits of analysis role. So I would much focus on learning the tool itself, and then keep your option open. Don't just focus on certain vertical. Of course, if you have that background, you have done marketing, MBA, or you are economics students, or and on you want to go into uh, I think you want to target Big Four, which mostly requires BCom and some kind of experience, or if you have done HR, MBA, and you want to do HR analysis, then it's good. It will be, you will be highly likely to get the opportunity if you are done certain, you have that kind of expertise. So yeah, I mean, if you are targeting entry level data analyst role, focus on the tool. That's the key.
Okay, makes sense. So now if we talk about some of the valid questions, right? So majorly people are while starting or choosing a data analytical course or something, they often come across a particular another set of two word that is data scientist, right? So if you can give a brief amount of idea, right, how this data analytics and data scientists, these two domain, or they are interrelated, that everyone understand by the term data is there in both the suffix of the analytics and this particular scientist, right? So how they are differentiated being each of the other. So if you can give a few points or give your ideas on that.
For this, I would say the data analysis is the base for what you grow at. You will be growing if you are if you have got expertise in certain tool and domain, from data analyst, senior analyst, consultant, senior consultant,
Correct.
and that's how you got promoted.
Correct.
So within 3 to 4 years of experience, so overall around 4 years of experience, based because of my expertise in tool as well as advanced analytics, I was able to grow as an assistant manager so far. So it's not once you, it's a learning journey. Data science, one should have this scheme of always learning more. It's not about just 6 months and then you got a job and then you got flat. I don't have to study anymore.
Correct.
So as much you put your effort, learning new things, learning new skills, whatever coming to the market within your domain, you are exploring all kind of use cases that is leveraged to solve business problems. Uh, then you grow as a the next step would be the data scientist.
Correct.
Either you could start as an analyst, data analyst, or you can even start as a junior data scientist. Like I started as an associate data scientist. So
Correct.
so there are certain other skills that requires apart from what the data analyst you target. It could be maths and statistics base that should have. For entry level junior data scientist role, they don't expect that you are expert in everything, but they do require certain level of knowledge in these verticals, some maths, which is mostly roam around the statistics, more frequent statistics, inferential statistics. Then machine learning comes into the picture where all these things is being covered into data analysis course step, course itself. So from classical regression, classifications, based algorithm, then tree-based algorithms. All these algorithms are part of the syllabus. If you are able to absorb this kind of knowledge, so you can also target entry-level data scientist role as well, which will eventually help you to grow as a data scientist, senior data scientist, lead data scientist, and solve business problems. It's all about problem-solving mindset. As much as we are into solving a business problem, you will keep growing. So yeah.
Definitely. Quite well articulated, and you almost cover a lot of things regarding that, putting up a differentiation between the analyst and the scientist level job role to the KRAs of their direct job role and stuff. So I just thing is that what I've understood from your answer, that is for being from starting from an analyst level, you will end up in being a scientist only. For this journey, it will take a lot of time, and you need a quite a bit of a patience and perseverance to pursue this journey along with. Okay, it's well enough. So now I just want to understand, like in the first of your introduction of your data analyst and stuff, you mentioned couple of tool-based thing like Python, SQL, Excel, and stuff. So if I want to ask you, like, what are the top three tool or the top three topic that you need to learn to be at least as a entry level or associate level data analyst in the industry, which is the demanding tool that is currently companies are looking at, or something like that. If you kindly just put down the top three tool which is required for the industry.
Yes, so I missed one part, which is the business intelligence tool BI tool, which should be Tableau and Power BI. So again, along with the SQL, advanced Excel, one BI tool, it could be Power BI or it could be Tableau. First you should target these three tools. If you are well covered with these three tools, which is better at SQL, you could rate yourself like 4 out of 5 for SQL. Then comes advanced Excel, and then the one BI tool. It could be Power BI and Tableau. So these three steps gives you an opportunity to crack the entry level of industry. But again, if you have got certain exposure into these tools already and you know these things, and you have certain domain experience, I would rather focus on advanced side of analytics, which is statistics, machine learning. All these parts will help you upgrade yourself and target uh, more experienced role. If you go little up, so you heard about a lot of budget on generative AI or NLP, deep learning. Again, these are one brick at a time. So if you are good at tools, then theory like statistics, machine learning, then you will venture into these domains more high tech uh, uh, segment of advanced analytics, which is NLP and generative AI, computer vision, which is then it's all these are a part of a deep learning. So in my different roles, I have used these skills, NLP, deep learning based methodology to solve business problems. So yeah, if you are able to learn, if you have this crave of learning continuously, certainly you will have this opportunity to grow within organizations or targeting a new role outside of your organization.
Correct, correct, correct. So if I ask you one simple question, like if you ask Amit, just get back to just you started your internship or a first full-time role in the industry, how your day look like as a being a data analyst? Like what is your main KRA and KPIs in the organization being a data analyst? If I ask this one, so what will be the, if you like quickly just top 3 points for the KRA and the key performance indicator being as a data analyst for a first role when you just cracked the first company after the course or after your masters and everything?
Yes, so I was able to crack junior data scientist role.
Okay.
So the role require eagerness skill, as I told, Python, which is
Okay.
a programming language, and a good understanding of machine learning. So and statistics as well. So my first role was around the forecasting, which requires good analytics experience. Either you do analytics on certain tool using SQL or Python. I use Python for my data analytics work into the data organizations and build forecasting algorithms for my given task. So that was my first tool. But again, all these other tools, SQL, Advanced Excel, uh, these were part of my role. But the major work, the focus of the value were derived from Python and machine learning because I was into the data science.
Correct, correct, correct. So yeah, that's completely fine, and this is quite kind of a justifiable for a junior analyst. Like they started with analysis and they start focusing on the data science as well, because this will give you a kind of a wide knowledge about the domain level expertise as well as your own personal experience to move forward. Yeah, that's really great, and something everybody should look at, like not being just to being as a data analyst. If they get a work of data scientist and doing some kind of higher level stuff that will eventually give them an edge to move their career forward in a very faster manner. Great. So now, if we talk about like kind of a perspective from other domain, let's say somebody who ever seen data and stuff, or they didn't came across this kind of a topic in their entire lifetime. They are some maybe in the done bio or something like that. So how these people can implement data analyst and make a great career out there. So they can imagine like they currently now there is a very junior level doing some kind of stuff with the bio related in some biotech industry or something like that. If they're interested to move their career or do a career switch, how that can be helpful, like how much that did my agenda of this question will be like that, how data industry now moving in next 5 years, so that there will be a ample of job will be available for them. So if you can have any idea or comment, because you're in the industry, you can tell a internal thing like how your company is hiring and how fast they're hiring and stuff, and if you can give us idea about that.
Yeah, you talked about if someone has got experience or education background in bio, there's huge opportunity in the pharma analytics. There are a
Correct.
lot of new companies that pay you well, and growth opportunity is tremendous in pharma analytics. So if you have got bio backgrounds, you have done something in graduations or masters, and you are having teaching skills like SQL, Python, advanced Excel, Power BI or Tableau skills, and then there is a high opportunity that you will convert such jobs, and once you continue your job for a couple of years, you will have a great opportunity to grow within organizations or even if you target others as well. So again, pharma analytics huge opportunities as of now and in the future as well. There's a lot of pharma analytics consulting company like Extria, JDS, IQVIA, and number of companies which continuous hire. And this is one of the stable sector. If it's a pandemic, pharma is the sector that it grows. So if you are already into bio or biotechnology, having a pharma kind of degree, and if you are willing or have keen interest on analytics, this combination will give you a 1+1 11, not just 2. This is my.
Okay, great, great. So the thing is that we like people out there who are keen interested to know about the biotech and the bio industry, how they can indulge themselves in the data and they can move their career forward. They got a lot of insight about the number of companies that is available out there in the market, and how their hiring strategies and what they are looking at from a potential candidate from our earlier conversation. That will also be well enough and a well versed information for them, and there will be much more contribution to the decision of making the data analysis course moving forward. So we have a couple of friends out there in our offline session. I would like to introduce one of them. Can you guys please introduce yourself, a small introduction, what you have been doing so far, and what you're looking at from Ivy, and how much you're interested, and how you came to know about this course or something in your experience. Your experience will be much more valuable and add a good amount of insight to us as well. Starting off with you.
Yeah, so I'm
A bit of speak louder.
yeah, so I'm achieving goal. So right now I should Bangalore working at Amazon at compliance and risk. So I'm going to shift to analytics. So I joined Ivy. One of my friends got me to analytical analytics and which are things are very good fixes.
Okay.
My as BSc Physics Mathematics. So I just go through the list. I think required good. So I just came and come and so I'm ready.
Okay. Okay.
But what are your aspirations like after what do you want, which industry you want to work at? These are the things we want. And similarly, Madhuri, after this Amazon, like what is your further plan? How you want to, which
Yeah,
field you want
so I want to do the analytics, that's what I mentioned. I'm looking forward to analytics in the e-commerce sector mostly.
Yeah, it's outcome sector. I have worked in e-commerce as well. I talked to a business problems using natural language processing. Prior to role, I was into product-based startup. It was an e-com based. So huge opportunities in e-com if you have got analytics skills, the tool itself, all this Power BI or Tableau, SQL, one programming language, if you could cover Python or whatever, suits and advanced Excel, it could easily give you opportunity to participate in interviews and crack those roles. So e-com is a booming sector. Yeah.
Also, like since I come from an economics background, so I already have like it's a passion with let's say its strategies and stuff, which prices and quantity and all of that. So like today I was having a conversation with my mom and she was telling me since she comes from a finance sector, she was telling me you should move towards finance, it has a lot of opportunities. But I was telling her I don't like that a lot. Okay, I'm not that person who likes to like, if I get a data set in finance, I don't know what to do with it. Not only that, but also not interested in it.
Correct.
E-commerce is something that I'm interested in and how prices go up, when prices go up, and how it affects the sector, how economics affects it. So, and also the analysis part of it and everything else. So yeah, that is what I'm interested in.
Correct. So if you talk about my experience, like I'm constantly working on this. So I just work with like e-commerce sector very closely. So I work with Group M. So Amit's prior company. So thing is that e-commerce sector is something. There's a number crunching. It's required a very lot, right? So you whatever the site, what people are doing out there from the e-commerce, like they're selling the product. Not only selling the product, they're getting the data, right? So eventually we need to work with the data very closely, and we need to understand the behavior of the data. So number crunching is one of the thing that is very much required in any of the sector, but irrespective of the, like if you talk about specifically e-com, retail and consumers, so these three sectors, is number crunching is one of the thing that client side as well as the being as a service based, we also look at very closely. So yeah, data analyst, something like that from ecom, it's very much important, and it's like we daily almost invest half of our working time just to crunch the numbers, just to understand the numbers, how the market is moving, what kind of a market share we're capturing. But we can come to a conclusion after understanding the data. So for this reason, like this course is helping me in a very different and in a very prominent way, like not directly working on the SQL, but yeah, understanding the basics of the numbers, right? How it is moving, it is going up or down. So what kind of analysis we need to do, so that will give me, is also give me edge in currently, but that will also give me edge in future, like when I'll do analysis in a very broad manner. So that is one of the thing that we always look at Ivy, like the number crunching, but irrespective of the background, right? As you mentioned economics, so yeah, I must tell you, like you have a very good edge on that particular, because you already studied numbers crunching and how this particular thing in their grads or might be in the masters or something. So you will always get a edge on that. But yeah, what your industry you are tapping into, it has a lot of potential, because I am seeing it closely and experiencing it as well.
What about the and it also is very
Correct, 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 correct. Correct, 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 correct.
It's a very sector.
Correct, correct, correct.
Data and
Correct. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Behavioral economics is something like that. How the particular behavior of the consumer behave, like providing the intention to the kind of a product, right? So is it they're liking the product, they're not liking the product, how much they're interacting with the product, what is the purchase rate and stuff. So there are multiple matrices we need to look at daily, but in the e-com sector to be specific. But yeah, that is very much relevant. Yeah, good. But yeah, this will always, like data analysis will always give you a edge to tapping on this sector in a either or way. Like if you on e-com or any other sector, like which is closely related with e-com. Yeah. So
Yeah, what is your strategy? I mean, what I think she's a fresh graduate. I think she's just done.
so you have done graduate in from which industry? Like physics. Okay.
So I just had a question. Like,
Yeah.
is masters must or it is just required or it is add on to it
Yes.
after the course? Because I have seen many people telling that doing masters, then even they don't have a job. But similarly, just people
Yeah.
doing courses have much more.
I understand. Amit, you want to share your ideas on this, because you will be the right person because you are working in the industry.
Yes, it's all about it. Uh, if you have got just a graduation and you are good at certain skill, company are more than willing to hire you. It's not about that you have the master degree or something, and if you don't have a skill, that company is not going to entertain your job. So if you are able to grasp whatever is being taught to you here, all the things that we discussed, there's plenty of opportunity to get into the analysis role or even the data scientist role. So it's all about whatever the course is, whatever the syllabus this course is providing. Focus on it, be motivated, disciplined, cover everything day by day so that you won't have any kind of lag. And once this course finishes, you will have enough knowledge to track and to level it.
Correct. So this is one of the thing that like everybody who are associated with Ivy prior or who want to be. So this can be a one of the mantra, right? So it there will be not any kind of notion, right? What kind of background they hold or what kind of industry they belong to. So data is something like we are currently working in multiple industry or something, but we are saying that the kind of a data analytical team the companies are building up just to understand the behavior of the customers or behavior of their product cycle or something like that. So if you talk about that, like if physics or maths that you as you have mentioned, so you are kind of a analytical mind that you are currently holding, so that will always give you an edge to understand the topic in a very faster manner from the other people, right, who are from any other background. But doesn't mean that other people can also feel demotivated or something like that. There will be enough amount of option and time will be available in during the course or during the program. So there will be a lot of brainstorming session, doubt clearing session will be organized throughout the program. So there will be a lot of kind of a you'll have a kind of a timeline on that basis to understand the each and every topic at your own pace of your time, right? So there that kind of a facility and kind of a time will be available to understand of a course or the kind of a topic at your own pace. Yeah. So any other question anyone you have? So other two.
And can I figure from so I did because I want to be a freelancer. Excel is one of the major reasons in any industry. So I started learning about Excel from Google and all. And after that, I get to know data science. But there is a one fear inside me that in data science, machine learning and AI, overall language. So I don't have any prior knowledge. So I started learning Excel kind of thing, and it increases my interest in analytical field. So I still like Excel knowledge. Totally, as I started increase my knowledge in analytical skill, I to searching more and more access on Google and all. But I don't came across any author. One of my friend told me that Bangalore, which is a good city of startups and things, IT. So you got any knowledge also, and you have a prior course there as well. So my friend started searching courses and yeah, I was and after I joining this course, it is a I know Excel theoretical knowledge, but I don't have that implementation knowledge. So till now, as the course is going on, it gives me the knowledge of implementing my theories knowledge and improving my analytical skills. So I have one of the question that as I'm from totally non-IT background, so the any of the students with non-technical background, is it any difficulty they are facing in technical field programming language? Is who wants to be a data scientist in it is in programming AI, machine learning, or how can you overcome that? Okay, so when I joined my course, I was not even very much strong in Excel. So in all this course, when I joined companies as a junior data scientist, then senior executive, data scientist, and then it goes to assistant manager. In all roles, that's the role skill that advanced access to their data. I also do that. So as I said, I didn't know all this, whatever tool that is used in data science. I learned while doing my course, and after finishing my course and getting a job, and then keep learning. It's all about the discipline, the interest in learning that will help you to grow. It doesn't matter if you have done BSc or BCom or just an MBA or whatever. Whatever. It's all about what skills you are learning now, and the skill, the knowledge you are getting, then while in interview, uh, converting those calls based on your skill knowledge, and then using it in your job. So it's that only matters. Doesn't matter what.
Great.
But you will give some inputs like if they want to do some free projects, like how they can, like hear what they learn, but if they have the time and they want to do some free projects, would you be able to tell like how they can do this
Sure.
website?
One of the famous platform everybody knows, the Kaggle. Kaggle is the key platform where you can get simulated data sets, simulated means close to real life business problem, and use your skill, use your tools knowledge to analyze those data, whether through SQL or Excel or even Power BI or Tableau, build dashboards, analyze those data, bring insights out of it that could add value, that address the questions in Kaggle, notebook and all. There is platform GitHub where you will have all kind of content, statistics, what requires to crack the data science. You will search, you will get GitHub links. All this will be there. What kind of questions being asked for certain tools or certain domain. So these platforms you can leverage to upskill yourself to crack the job. So GitHub, Kaggle, there is a platform which publish articles like who are data science and all. So these platforms, if you subscribe their newsletter, so they will post, they will send you 5 or 6 articles on a daily basis where they cover all sort of new things that is coming to data science, and that's how you can leverage things. Yeah.
Correct.
So, one more question. So, along with the, we know that only technical skill doesn't matter in data analytical domain. So there is a storytelling as well. So any other soft skills along with the technical skills you want to develop in our personality? Yeah, I mean, I also had like, uh, I had done my graduation from boards. Then I did my master's in data science from Noida. So I had not been strong soft skills while working, while pushing myself, living comfortable zones, communicating with my peers, colleague, living to certain environment where we speak only soft, we focus on other soft skills. So yeah, I mean, once you focus on those weak area and work for it, you by the time you are focusing your interview, you will be able to crack, you will be able to achieve what you are looking for. So it's all about putting your effort for what you are looking for. So there is an always scope of so learning is always been, if you start, put time like 6 months, a year to add 1 plus 1. Now you do a deep math. So you should have those mindset, those reflective mindset. Okay, I'm gonna learn this new tool, I'm gonna learn this new skill, or I'm gonna learn this new theory. So I have to put my best effort. I have to put my focus, attention, time. That is the only way to grow.
Correct. Correct. So whatever the Amit and your question is refer to that, if I summarize in a very short manner and very much point wise basis. So first, as he mentioned, like whatever you have learned, and if you want to learn a new thing, unlearn and relearn will be the one of the thing that you need to target. Next, you need a patience to be on that new learning process. You need to be much more disciplined. You need to be much more aware that what you are learning and how you can move forward. You need to be much more socially as well as technically be sound. It doesn't mean that you are not technical background, or doesn't mean that you can't be or start a new technical domain, right? So there is always been a process of unlearn and relearn. So there is always a new thing will be there. And if you want to, let's say you talk about a storytelling for that thing that I used to do in my daily life very extensive way, to implement storytelling or writing the insight or build a story over the Power BI and the visualization tool. What is main required, that how the past, like if you're working with organization, as you mentioned, like freelancer, you want to start freelancing, how the other people are writing their stories, right? You can take always inspiration from them and try to, like, first two, three, four, five iteration will be bit difficult for you. Errors will be there. Try to learn from the error and try to resolve it accordingly on your own self. You can always, you are always to guide, like get a guidance from Ivy's end is always there. But once you, how much you put effort and time of your own in your own subject that you want to capture or want to work with, so that will be much more beneficial. So insight is not it's something like that. Writing insight or building a story is a huge thing, but on a basis of a day-to-day practice, you will get through it. So that kind of a thing. Hello, sir.
Look at trends of ethics.
Yes.
Okay.
I have 10 years experience in film management in aviation sector, and they done me MBA operations. Nothing. They Amit nicely articulated all the facts regarding business, regarding this data analysis and data science. But Amit, I'd like to know about the business analysis work. How it is different from data analytics and vis-a-vis with data science. Also, I'd like to know the importance of knowing the coding in terms of proficiency. Like if one is a beginner in coding, one is an intermediate, how it affects the job opportunities to that. Also, I'd like to know about the project exposure, post completion of the projects. What is the importance of completing few projects before going for certain interviews? Also, particularly this, I'm asking for myself. See, I'm in a transition phase of my career where I want to switch to the corporate sector. Okay, so considering the experience of my material management of 10 plus years, how much relevant it puts when I go for any job opportunities as a data analyst, like whether I will be considered a fresh or my domain experience will give a boost if I go for this data analysis or business analysis. I like to start with the difference between data analysis and business. Can I slightly give,
Yes, so data analyst, it's like a more wide term. Business analyst, as you said, you are into the operations side. So there is a company, let's say Amazon, they are hiring for their operations side of analytics, and you have got material management of experience. So they will hire you as a business analyst who has got business operation experience and analytics in terms of that. No, so definitely you will have edge over any new folks because of you have got decades of experience in the operation side of it. So while hiring, if you have got those, like they are hiring for operation side of analytics, so you have domain experience and you will have tools. So definitely you will have always that is to convert those jobs as compared to someone who is only aware of the tools.
also, I'd like to know whether see, for this data analytics, business analysis, and except this data science, more or less this coding language is same, like Python, SQL, W, or C level. Like, is there any topics that are different? When I ask you like SQL, is there only normal search query commands in business analysis, and for data analysis, some other high level commands will be there? Is there any difference, or more or less the coding is same? But yes, you put a business perspective when you do this business analysis, and when you ask for this data analysis, you just go for this data mining and filtration and putting things in a data perspective.
So the tool that require for analysis, SQL, advanced Excel, one of any one visualizing tool, either Power BI or Tableau. This is common across board, whether you are data scientist or analyst. you should be aware of these knowledge. You should have at least knowledge. They won't expect that you are going to it, but they expect you that you know all this. Now, when it comes to coding, if you are targeting data scientist role, if you are targeting product-based company, they will free you deep onto the program. But if you are a fresher and entering like when I entered into data science, into operation side of tech operation. So you will need just like a base of program. You know the Python. You know data analysis using Python. You know how to use package for algorithm for machine learning. So depending on the experience, like people like me who have got 4 or 5 years of data science experience, so company I'm targeting pure data scientist role, so company will expect 4 out of 5 level of programming skill. But if you are just starting your career, they won't expect that much of expertise, but they expect you to be a 2 or 3 side of programming if you are targeting data science. But if you are targeting business analyst or analyst role, they will hardly judge you on your deep programming. But if you know these skills, definitely it will add value.
Okay, so I'd like to need to focus on whether this data analytics role is purely IT specific. If I do this, then IT is purely opportunity for IT sector, or whether it will be applicable to all areas. This only course channels, all kind of hiring, data analysis, business, even data. So non-IT sector, domain specific consulting, financial consulting. So typical analytics, Sigma, Fractal, Tiger, these companies do only analytics and consulting roles. They have different domain into their venture, operation analytics, marketing analytics, HR analytics. So they hire, if you are a professor, they hire uh, who has got domain knowledge or tool knowledge, experience that knowledge, so it would be involved. So plenty of opportunity across sector. Different operation with the expectation that is having a certain level of knowledge about coding. This knowledge about tools.
So okay. So I'd like to thank Mr. Ranjit to putting down all of the important and kind of a valuable question, which will add kind of a thing that is which you are looking at out of this session, because this is must not be your question, being people out there who are also seeking these questions. And thanks to Amit as well to answer the like for starter data analytics, do we need amount of how much amount of coding will be required, what kind of industry, what kind of companies they provide the data where they can start off, what is the over and above overall knowledge about the data analytics, and the want to seek from Amit. Than that, we can wrap up the session.
Well, all the online and offline, everybody like at a later point, if they want to get in touch with you to take your advice. So I'm sure you wouldn't mind. So
Yeah, feel free to reach me on LinkedIn, email ID, in mail, you can send over any query.
Yeah, we can pin down your LinkedIn ID.
Happy to help you on any way. I mean, if you are looking for certain guidance in terms of tools or content or uh, job seeking. So I could definitely give you uh, paths to go forward. Yeah.
it's always actually a privilege when your alumni reaches at a level where he becomes a guide or a mentor to others seeking to make a career in the same line. So Amit has been one of those people, whom has been associated with Ivy even after finishing the learning from us. And we hope that we will continue this relation with you in the future as well. So you guys can be in touch with him, ask him anything that you want in relation to your career, or anything in the future as well.
Yeah.
So thank you. This was, I think we had a lot of online actually people joining compared to offline. But all in all, it was a good session. Thank you so much, Amit. Thank you everybody for coming. Anything else you want to ask? We can wind up the session. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.